The sequel to cult hit RPG Elex is out now from Piranha Bytes, the studio that developed Gothic and Risen, and promises a sprawling world filled with meaningful decisions, gratifying combat, and a looming alien threat. Elex II is no walk in the park for protagonist Jax, who must unite the ever-warring factions of Magalon in order to stave off this imminent alien invasion. Of course, he can do so by hosting diplomatic chats, joining a faction for himself, or going in all guns blazing, absolutely off his face on Elex tonics. Either way, you're going to want to have a bit of background on the 6 main factions before you truly sink your teeth into this game. That's where we come in. Don't get your hopes up too high. These extraterrestrial fellows will always be hostile to Jax, so this is one faction you'll never be able to join. That being said, better the devil you know and all that, so let's take a look at these intriguing invaders. Formed by a corrupted form of Dark Elex, the Skyans landed without warning and appear to be spreading like wildfire. Their access to Dark Elex, a blue form of the titular resource, means they have been transformed along with everything from their world to become highly dangerous. Powerful, immensely intelligent, and possessed of a ruthlessly strategic mind. The Skyans are devoid of any morality or beliefs. All they want is to transform Magalon the way their home planet was once transformed, at any cost. The striking, bright white warrior ALBS were prominent in the first game as Jax's former allies turned enemies. As a former ALB commander, Jax withdrew when he saw their excessive consumption of Elex had corrupted their morality and turned them into ruthless killers. They spent much of this time hunting down the free people of Magalon in order to harvest their reserves of Elex, satiating their wildly out-of-control addictions. In Elex II, the ALBS have been restructured under new leadership, reduced their intake of Elex, and reverted to their pursuit of technological advancement and combat prowess. Jax has a choice to walk back into his former faction or to remain skeptical about their intentions. A forward-thinking clan of savvy engineers, the CLERICS are an extremely dangerous faction. Their powerful robotic creations are powered by Elex, and they have hollowed out the crater of the first Elex meteor in order to fashion a home, as well as develop some unbeatable plasma weapons. Their mission is clear: to cleanse Magalon of corruption in the purifying fire of their god Kalan, and usher in a new age of prosperity. All well and good, but in Elex II we see their society ravaged by war with the ALBS, and stockpiling extremely deadly weapons. Although they are a small and relatively morality-rich group, crossing this faction may have dangerous consequences. The Berserkers are a faction undergoing huge upheaval in Elex II. Initially survivors of the original meteor blast, they developed a reliance on farming and hunting, admonishing any technological advances and staying close to nature. They used Elex to create mana, an item capable of restoring plant life to dead areas. A side effect of this powerful substance allowed the Berserkers to develop magic-like abilities, reducing their reliance on technology even further. But now they are hungry for change, losing multiple battles to the ALBS and facing a schism caused by a spiritual leader who believes they can talk to Elex. Many have turned away from the quiet life and are determined to embrace technology to cement their position of power. The MORKONS protected themselves from the first meteor strike by taking shelter in a network of underground tunnels. From peaceful inhabitants of a quiet town to isolationist and paranoid survivors of a traumatic event, the MORKONS became one of the harshest communities in Magalon. Adhering to strict rules that eventually became a religion, the MORKONS now struggle to find food and are forced to interact with some of the surrounding factions, although rarely in a friendly manner. Although outwardly vicious and fanatical, keeping your enemies close might be the way forward with this violent bunch of zealots. Although the other factions of Magalon may have looked at the power of Elex and embraced it as a source of magic or advanced technology, the Outlaws sought to abuse the substance. With no grand or noble vision to implement, these drifters simply want to have a good time and take whatever they want. Their law is survival of the fittest, and anyone who challenges this better have a good reason and good weaponry. Determined to do whatever they want, their main concern is securing Elex for production of stims, which allow them to continue their antisocial existence. Whoever you choose to side with, Elex II has hundreds of quests and areas to explore. Check it out now on PC and consoles.